Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Pete on Retreat. Today I'm going to talk about the unexpected success of this YouTube channel and how I almost destroyed it all. Right now I'm just walking along Jomtien Beach. Just finished this week at school. Headed to my favorite cafe, Peen, over here in Jomtien to have some breakfast. It's been almost 7 months since I started my YouTube channel, and I still don't know exactly what I want to do with it. So for those of you that don't know, last year I sold everything I owned to move out here to Thailand. This allowed me to retire at 49, and I moved here on December 1st, 2022. I didn't have a lot of intentions of becoming a YouTuber, but I bought a GoPro camera, and on my first day of arriving in Thailand, I started shooting video. The whole reason I started this channel at all was just so my friends and family could see what I was up to here, to give them some peace of mind, and to share my adventures along the way. I had a YouTube channel already, but it was just a personal channel. It was mostly filled with bands I had been in or bands that my friends played in. Nothing on that channel had any views really, except for this one video I had from Puerto Rico. Me and my friends went over 10 years ago to Puerto Rico, and we just stumbled into the San Sebastian Festival. My San Sebastian Festival video is just a random shot of the craziness of the street scene. No editing, no narrative. That video had over 10,000 views. I think it's partially because that video had so many views and because I had a channel for years and years that the algorithm supported me right out of the gate. I was shocked when my first video was getting thousands of views. I had no idea what I was doing on YouTube. I think my video has like 5 cuts in it. I was just blabbing after 24 hours of traveling here. I hadn't slept a minute in Thailand yet. I was kind of struggling to stay awake and just get through my first day. But I shared my experience of traveling that day and people were logging onto it. Cupping up. Thank you. Beautiful caramel coffee. Oh. I didn't think anybody outside my friends or family would watch any of my videos, but people did. It motivated me to continue putting out videos. It also motivated me to put out better videos. I was putting out a lot of content at first and it started to slow down a little bit, but all my videos were getting like 1,000 views. I also got burned out on it for a little bit and I took about 2 weeks off. Taking that first break off YouTube was the first thing that seemed to push the algorithm against me. And I should say, in this video, I'm assuming quite a bit. This whole thing is just about my perceived experience being a brand new YouTuber. But when I came back after my 10-day break, I definitely was getting less views than I was before I stopped. I put out a few more videos and then I took my first trip out of the country. I went to Laos for 2 weeks. I filmed a bunch of videos while I was in Laos, but it also caused me to take another break. I came back from Laos with a bunch of footage I had to process. I made the decision not to put any of those videos out until I had them all ready to go, so I could release them every other day and kind of kickstart my YouTube return with more gusto. It could be because the algorithm wasn't really supporting me, or it could be maybe that Laos is just not as interesting as Thailand is to most of my audience, but for whatever reason, none of my Laos videos were doing good. Once I got through my Laos videos, I tried to return to form, but that energy and that momentum that I had when I first started the channel just wasn't there anymore. Not long after coming back from Laos was the Songkran Festival in Thailand. I thought that was going to be a great chance to get some hits on my videos again. I went out in town several days. I got some great footage. I strapped this GoPro camera to my water gun. I saw a couple other people doing it out there, but I'd never seen it actually done in video. I think we all just kind of had the same idea this year. None of my Songkran videos really did that well though. That was really disappointing because I saw plenty of other people putting out videos that I didn't feel were near as entertaining as mine were, but they were getting a lot more hits. Now I've shared before on this channel my indecisiveness of exactly what I want to do with it. I'm often questioning, do I really want to become a YouTuber? When this starts feeling like work, I do it less and I don't do it as well. On the other hand, while I'm not sure how much of a job I want this to be, if I'm going to do something, I always want to be successful at it. There's always a part of me that wants to succeed in anything I'm trying. It goes back to what my grandma taught me. If something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. So while I think maybe I don't want to do YouTube, maybe I'll just stop doing my channel, there's another voice in my head saying, no, keep doing it and do it better. My next trip out of the country was to Cambodia, and I'd even said in a video, when I'm in Cambodia, I'm going to figure out what I want to do with my channel and how much effort I want to put into it. I hadn't actually said this yet on channel, but when I was in Cambodia, I decided YouTube was not going to be a focus. I was going to focus on school, I was going to focus on my health, I was going to focus on my upcoming trip to Japan, and maybe I would try to put out a video once a week and keep the channel kind of chugging along, but I wasn't going to put a lot of effort into it. Well, I came back from Cambodia and I started putting out some videos. Nothing seemed to really be clicking. I even tried some different types of videos. I put a video out about the bolt increases here in Pattaya. I also finally put out my informational video about getting a Thai tourist visa while in Vientiane, Laos. And then I put a video out about me cooking for the first time in the 6 months I moved to Thailand, and it did well. Of all the random things, this video caught on and seemed to kick me back into the algorithm. It became my best performing video in 5 months, and it's just about me cooking for the first time in Thailand. Maybe it's a combination of the right thumbnail. I really don't know what it all comes down to, but it motivated me to try a little bit harder. I don't remember if it was the next video after, but I realized my 6-month anniversary of moving here was coming up and I could do something special with that. I made a retrospective of my first 6 months of living in Thailand. I got to use a bunch of great footage from it because I had 6 months of YouTube videos to choose from. I paired it with the big question of, am I happier here than I was living in the States? And of course the clickbait title of, did I make a huge mistake? And that video took off. It's currently the biggest video I've ever had on my channel. I think it's about 23,000 views right now. It also brought me hundreds of new subscribers. Probably a good chunk of you folks watching right now, that was the first video you saw on my channel. That video also organically just led into the next kind of phase of my channel. Somebody asked me about the biggest challenges that I've faced since moving here, so that was the next video out. A lot of viewers were asking me about how I found my group of friends here, and that led to a whole series on its own. Well, the restaurant got a bit crowded, so I stopped filming in there. Back down on Jomtien Beach, taking a lovely walk, and have no idea where we were in this video. So yeah, I had the most successful video I've had yet. That's putting a little pressure on me to try to keep this momentum going this time. Honestly, I probably would have taken a couple weeks off again for this trip to Japan, but since I've got this momentum kind of built up and I've got all these new viewers, I'm gonna try to keep it going. That's pushed me over the last couple weeks to shoot some extra videos. I want to try to get at least one video out every week. Currently, I'm releasing every Sunday. I might switch that to Saturdays and try it out. It's always a game with me trying to figure out this algorithm thing. There's so many factors involved, it's really hard to get a finger on it all. I mean, I've got subject matter, video length, my personality, I thought a big part of the channel was watching the B-rolls, you know, cool things like these tractors behind me, stuff I would edit to a bunch of music. YouTube's really good about giving you a lot of demographics and information so you can use it and make your channel more successful. One thing I've noticed this month is that a lot of my B-roll scenes are actually kind of skipped through. Every time one of them ends, there's a little up click in how many people are watching. If you folks don't want to see these fun montages, then let me know, because that's actually what takes a lot of the time in the editing. Now, I'm well aware of what type of videos I can make if I'm just going for views. If I just talk about the sex industry and where to find the cheapest greasy breakfast in town, I'm going to get a bunch of views. I could spend my days looking at rental units and condos all over town. But while there's a part of me that absolutely wants to be successful with this channel, it's always going to boil back down to being just a channel for my family and friends. Okay, not just for my family and friends. I'm really happy that a lot of you enjoy watching these videos. Having this channel has been beneficial to me in many ways, and I might make a whole other video about that. So what's the future of Pete on Retreat going to look like? It's probably going to look a lot like it's looked the last month or so. There's going to be a mix of content. I'm going to do occasional vlogs like last week's video where I'm just covering my life in general. There's going to be monumental moments like my 6 months of living in Thailand. I'm likely to still do some informational videos, maybe about getting visas. I'll probably do an in-depth review on the school I go to learn Thai after I've been there several months. I'm also going to do some fun videos. In fact, I'm really excited for next week's video. One thing you learn when you first learn a new language is just some basic conversational things. I learned to talk a bit about food. What kind of food do you like? These are the kinds of foods I like. Do you eat this type of food? Because of this, I found out that most of the girls I know here in town have never tried Indian food, and they had no desire to ever try Indian food. Hello, guy. This had become a common teasing point with me and some of my friends. And then I had an idea. What if I could get some of my Thai friends to go try Indian food for the first time? The hunt was on, and it took 2 months until I finally got a friend who saw my channel and said, yes, I'll be on your YouTube channel, I'll go try Indian food. Her English isn't that great, so I got another friend to come along and translate, and we found a third friend that was also down to try some Indian food. So next week on Pete on Retreat, we bring you Thai girls try Indian food for the first time. If the video does well, this very well might become a series. And even if it doesn't do well, I'm still going to be looking for some fun videos to do. One thing I do know is that if it's not a video I want to make, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to bother making it. That may change down the line. For the next 5 or 6 months, I'm going to have a heavy focus on learning Thai. But then next year, I look forward to renting a car and traveling all around this country. If the channel is rewarding enough financially at that point, I'll definitely consider opening up what I want to make content-wise. But this channel is never going to be about girls or drinking. There's plenty other channels for that. Well, I think that's it for my YouTube adventures. If you enjoyed this video or any of my other videos, please leave me a comment down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications. As always, I want to thank you all for watching. This is Pete on Retreat. Wish you were here.